for the notice now. I don't know why NDC party members are most of the big men in NAC. Saying, oh, one yet big campaigns, Mahama, and then more to support them about me. Rather, I don't know. Well, when I announce I want me, most close to election, most of the NDC members are now trying their support to Bawumia, and one of the NDC member, oh yeah, one big politician or Ghana, the audio know I go bomb on with you. I know emphasis say Bawumia more than a vote na or share near man MPP Abanaya. I think say it's better say we have to give them another chance. But one fact, so I was also say a Kana Yabo Ghana and a doso do. I say to me baby fam because exchange rate now 1 cedi to 1 dollar to 17 cedis now. It's too much for Ghanaians, you know. Why so old man Bawumia say oh Bawumia is better than no, but was African sema HSA Bawumia so by when my idea or Kasan for exchange rate, which is the exchange rate there, with the fundamentals are weak there. Exchange rate was supposed to, you know, or just say exchange rate now is supposed to Bawumia now. When go to
Of course, I'm an MDC man, and I think Ghanaians should vote for Bawumia. Oh yeah.
The alternative for which it's obvious. John Dramani Mahama, because your policy, your politics now a two-way stream. NDC. I'm not too sure when it will change. Now, people have said that John Mahama and Swababa Baby, I'm the now, the likes of one other people, Namu. Is there anything different John Dramani Mahama is coming on board with?
He was in the process of laying solid foundations for our fiscal space, John Mahama. If you know the sinking fund, ESLA, etc. If the MPP administration had not amortized it and used it for collateral, our debt would not be in the state it is now. Right now, we have declared bankruptcy. We can't pay our debts. The city has stabilized at a time when we are not servicing our foreign debts. What will happen when we start servicing? At 17 to 1, 17 cedis to $1. When we start servicing our foreign debts and therefore we need more dollars, the obvious result is that it will shoot up again. Is that how you manage a country's economy? Bawumia no one can say when your fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And his logic was that when you start borrowing money, you have greater financial liabilities. So you borrow to chop, you borrow to pay debt, and keep on borrowing till the point at which you cannot borrow anymore. He took us there. By the year 2020, we were well on the way there, where we didn't have any credit worthiness so far as international lenders are concerned. We've chased away the big business that would have established investments and give us an employment. You claim to be a friend of private sector. Private sector, the engine of growth and that kind of thing. I've always said that kind of jargon, we will stop. We are a developing country. There are so many virgin areas of an economy that private sector will not go because the returns take a long time. So it is up to the government to take the responsibility of investing there. We are a country blessed with natural resources. Agriculture should be our basic foundation. been in Nkrumah in the 60s, and I saw Nkrumah's government because I was, even though young, I could understand. Establish the state farms. It was not only for food production, but also for employment generation. Nkrumah did so many things that pointed the way to real development for Ghana. Subsequent politicians have destroyed it.
When you say subsequent politicians, one will come to the conclusion that you, Dr. Tonyedu, you've been at the forefront of our politics and governance, for which you have been part of the J.J. Rawlings administration, as well as Professor Mills, and that of Mahama. What do you think has gone wrong, for which you could not lay the foundation on what you are saying right now for the next government to come and continue?
Because even the governments I supported never listened that the state or the government has business to do business. Governments manage our education system, our health system, our transport system. Is there any reason why government cannot manage industrial outlets? What is wrong with the government establishing a business and hiring private management on pay, on results basis? What is wrong? I've always been campaigning for this within all the governments I've said. As a policy coordinator, I suggested it. I suggested the establishment of urban agricultural homesteads, where there's vital, strong young men working our streets can engage in mechanized agriculture, selling cheaper food because it's per-urban to urban areas, bringing down food prices. It makes sense. But nobody listens. So subsequent politicians abandon what Nkrumah set out to do.
So I can deduce from what Dr. Tonyedu is saying to mean that even John Dramani Mahama did not listen to your advice on the way to go. What is the probability?
Mahama only had 4 years.
Well, but we can still deduce that you said the government you supported did not listen to your advice on what you think is better for our nation, which pretty much shows that when he should come back, what is the likelihood that he will listen to this advice that you're proposing?
Well, part of it has been incorporated into the manifesto in terms of establishment of district agricultural mechanization centers, where farmers can use machinery that the government will import, even though it's a far cry from what I was suggesting. It is a step towards that direction. What is needed is that the government can adopt the PPP method, private-public partnership, where you rent land from a landlord, where you have the farm workers who are private and the government that is providing the capital. And each will share in the harvest on the basis of their calculated contribution, land, labor, and capital. It's simple. The same way private capital operates, the government can operate. But the difference is that the government is going into areas where private capital doesn't want to go. This is a developing country, for God's sake. You can employ agro-industry within the farming homesteads. Artisanal workshops can be developed. Israel tried it in the kibbutz system. That is what socialism is about. That's why we are socialists.
In the event that John Dramani Mahama does not
each other's. Hello.
No, meet you.
We are each brother's keeper. The state has the prime responsibility for creating jobs in an underdeveloped country, not the private capital. Look at the foreign investment that comes into the country. Where do they go? They go into our extractive industries. Gold, no more with Tuaco. That's why no more with Tuaco. never in agriculture, large-scale agriculture. You travel from